Hello, heroes and Zargons. My name is Matt, or Blackbird if you prefer, and this is the Trials and Tribulations of Zargon, a series which details the many ways in which the Emperor's heroes foil Zargon and his minions in their plots to conquer the Empire. In it, we'll review the published quests and any house rules or modifications we're using to make the game more interesting and challenging. In this episode, I'll be discussing and ranking the 10 cards in our Wizard leveling deck. In previous episodes, we've gone over our use of a leveling system for heroes, and David discussed in detail his creation of the 10-card leveling deck for the Wizard character. I'd like to review that deck and rank each card based on how useful I believe they will be in helping my Wizard to defeat Zargon. I plan on reviewing and ranking the leveling decks of each hero character after Dave releases his videos on the creation of each deck. Also, since the Wizard level deck in particular, and to some extent the Elf deck as well, relies heavily on the magic spells available in the game, I plan on reviewing and ranking all of the spells, both good and evil, from the viewpoint of the hero character as the caster. Let's get into the Wizard deck. I'll be using a generic tiered ranking system that I got from tiermaker.com, with F being the lowest ranking and S being the highest. And I'll begin by saying that all 10 of the possible level cards for the Wizard to draw are useful. I don't rank any of them at level F or level E. So, we'll start from the bottom with the card I ranked at level D, the additional body point. At first glance, this might seem like a pretty good card. The Wizard starts the game with only 4 body points. But when you think about it, one additional point is not that much of a difference maker. It brings the Wizard to 5 body points, still the lowest amount of any hero, actually tied with the Elven Rogue. But the Wizard also has the worst defensive equipment of all the heroes, and so is apt to lose those body points quickly if they're not careful. 5 total body points lets the Wizard drop to 1 point and reap the full benefits of the spells Heal Body or Water of Healing, or a healing potion that restores 4 points. But a potion that restores body points equal to the roll of 1d6 could still be somewhat of a waste 33% of the time. For these reasons, I rank the extra body point at level D. Not bad to have, but I'd rather have a more powerful level for the gold I'm spending. What Doesn't Kill You, 1 and 2, I rank at level C. These cards let your Wizard learn 3 of Zargon's spells from either the Chaos, High Mage, Storm Master, Orc Shaman, or Necromancer decks. Expanding your repertoire is great, and all of those decks have some useful spells. However, the deck you choose from, and the 3 spells you get from that deck, are all chosen at random. You might wind up with some powerful magic, you might wind up with some spell slots clogged up by spells you'll never use. Also, the Wizard is only allowed to bring 9 spells into a dungeon, 3 groups of 3 spells from the different spell decks. Adding more spell groups means that the Wizard will be leaving spells behind, unless you have the ability to raise the number of spells you can bring. I'm going to jump around a bit here and move on to Increased Magical Capacity. This one we're going to put at level A. This card solves the problem I just mentioned of adding spell groups to choose from. A base-level Wizard may now choose an additional group of 3 spells to bring, totaling 12 spells, which is an amount equal to double the Wizard's mind points. The only reason this spell isn't ranked S is that it's tied to mind points, and so it's somewhat dependent on other level cards or artifacts to raise the Wizard's mind point total. There are 2 copies of the additional mind point level card. I'm going to put one of them at rank B and one at rank C, and here's why. Increased Magical Capacity states, you must still choose spells as a group. If you do not have enough spell slots for a full group, you choose which spells to leave behind. Assuming the Wizard has the increased magical capacity level, but no mind point boosters yet, they can bring 4 groups of 3 spells into a dungeon. 1 additional mind point lets them bring 2 out of 3 spells from a 5th group. And, let's be honest, there are several spells that are almost useless. With so many spells to choose from, the Wizard should have no trouble picking 1 to be left behind, so that first additional mind point goes to rank B. The second additional mind point, bringing the Wizard's total to 8 and allowing for 16 spell slots, is less useful. It forces you to add back in the quote-unquote almost useless spell that you were leaving out from the first mind point boost, and then choose only 1 spell from a different group to bring. So essentially you're only getting to add 1 more useful spell, and for this reason the second mind point boost goes in rank C. Spells from the Wild is similar to What Doesn't Kill You, except that it allows you to choose which spell group you're going to learn from. This elevates it to level B over the C-ranked What Doesn't Kill You cards. I should also mention that although the card text for all of the levels that expand magical options says that you learn 3 spells at random, we've modified that rule to 1 chosen spell and 2 randoms. Spells from the Realm again gives you the choice of spell groups, from the hero spell decks this time. I'm ranking this one A because I feel that while the different monster spell decks have some good options, getting the last of the 4 original hero spell groups is best. Depending on which groups you normally give your wizard, you'd be gaining an extra heal spell, or some more attack spells, plus doubling up on spells like Rock Skin or Courage. I'm not crazy about the Detection, Protection, and Darkness spell groups, but I'll leave that for my video ranking the actual spells. I made the mistake of choosing the Darkness spell group in my campaign, but hindsight is 20/20, and my mistake doesn't affect the actual quality of this card. Rank A it is. That leaves 2 level cards to go. Powercaster gets placed squarely in the A rank. It doubles the power of any attack spells in the hero spell groups. Fire of Wrath suddenly becomes a good spell on almost any monster, with the chance for 2 damage points instead of 1. Genie becomes amazing, striking with 10 attack dice. The only problem with this level is that it affects exactly 4 spells: Fire of Wrath, Ball of Flame, Genie, and Arrows of the Night, if you have it. Seasoned Caster is, in my opinion, the best wizard level card. It allows you to disregard all of the problems with increased magical capacity and extra mind points, forcing you to take useless spells just because they're part of a group. This card is rank S for sure. Like any great athlete whose skills elevate the level of their teammates around them, this card raises the usefulness of almost all the other wizard levels. To date, my wizard has earned 5 levels, and Seasoned Caster isn't one of them. Here's hoping the wizard can learn that one soon before some horrible fate befalls him. Please like and subscribe and let me know if you agree with my rankings or what you'd move around if you think I really missed the boat on something. Let's plot together in the comments below.